Oh my gosh, you should see all 3 or 4 strings.
The excitement of nature is happening before their eyes. Every spring at Lake Waterford Park in Pasadena, volunteers with the Magothy River Association watch as yellow perch start to multiply.
The yellow perch that are out in the Magothy River swim up to Lake Waterford and spawn. And the reason that spawning is important to the Magothy, it's a very popular recreational fish. It's relatively easy to catch.
But this spring, there's sad news in the nursery.
That whole class didn't get a chance.
Pictures show sediment swaddling the eggs, but as a blanket keeps a baby warm, MRA President Paul Spadero says runoff killed the embryos. Compare this picture, what was a healthy year for the eggs.
It was the sand particles and clay particles got stuck into the gelatinous membrane. It actually prevented the embryos from developing.
Spadero and other volunteers point up the hill on BNA Boulevard. During heavy rainstorms, sediment rolls right down from an industrial area and into the water, which is what happened mid-March when the eggs were most vulnerable. There are yellow ribbons this year along the fence line close to where the spawning happened. That allowed Magothy River Association to mark where they spotted the large egg chains. They counted 248 of them this year. That's the most they've seen in the 6 years they've been counting.
They're very geometric, very unique, one of a kind, and you can actually see each one of these little white dots are the actual eggs.
Spadero turned to the state and the county. The Bureau of Watershed Protection and Restoration for Anne Arundel County's Department of Public Works rushed to the scene and placed these straw bales and other filtering socks
before it got into the river.
What Deputy Director Eric Michelson calls a last-ditch effort. He says getting permission from Maryland Department of the Environment to do this work was too slow.
According to, again, to the road operations staff, it took about 4 hours from the point where they were ready to do it to the point where they got permission.
That's a lesson learned for us. Every jurisdiction, whether it's state or county, needs to be working on as smooth a procedure as possible to streamline any type of pre-approval.
MDE Secretary Ben Grumbles tells Bay Bulletin his office is focused on targeting Ecology Services, a garbage collection business right up the hill from where the spawning happened, a long-term plan.
They did not get permit coverage from us. They did not develop the stormwater pollution prevention plans. They did not put measures in place. That adds up to penalties and specific corrective actions that we're going to make sure they take.
Spadero says it's about time they're held accountable since he's sounded the alarm for over a year. Are you concerned that they won't come back?
Yes, this is my big concern.
Secretary Grumble says MDE will take the steps to make sure yellow perch feel at home in and around the Magothy. For Chesapeake Bay Media's Bay Bulletin, I'm Cheryl Costello.